What's up YouTube? Nate here. Thanks for tuning in to another video. Appreciate you watching these. Today is December 31st, 2020. It is the last day of 2020. So before we say goodbye to this year, I wanted to highlight a few of the things that I've done to my truck. I know 2020 has been a weird and different year for all of us, myself included, and despite that, I've had the opportunity of working with a lot of good people, a lot of good companies. With my Instagram page, if you don't follow me, I'll link it down below. I've worked with a lot of awesome companies, and I'd love to highlight just a couple of things that I've done on my truck this year and just say goodbye to 2020 and bring on 2021. Excited for some change, excited to set some new goals, and anyway, yeah, so if you don't follow me on Instagram, you're missing out. We post some of the best Ford Raptor content. I post a lot of pictures of my truck, but also of other Raptors across Instagram. So give me a follow and we'll see you there. One of the first things I wanted to go over is something, oh, it's windy. Something that I did on my truck back early this year. And that was, ooh, they're not gonna show. Hold on, I gotta turn my lights on. All right, these LED tag lights right here from F-150 LEDs from the factory. These lights come yellow and it's just ugly. So super easy modification. I'll link these down below in the description. But that is one thing I changed this year, and I think every Raptor needs it. Another thing I changed, one of my favorite changes, sorry about that. One of my favorite changes this year was made back in early, I think it was in March. We switched out my exhausts. So I did a ton of research on different exhausts. I heard a lot of different videos and different exhausts in person, and what I thought was the best sounding exhaust for these trucks was the AWE 2FG. You just take out the factory muffler and you put in an H pipe, and it really wakes up these trucks. There's not a lot of drone in the cabin, but it's aggressive when you step on it. It's deeper, it's louder, and I think that's just what these trucks need. So if you haven't seen that other video from earlier this year talking about my exhaust, I'm gonna play a short clip right here. So that was the AWE 2FG exhaust. That was another thing we did earlier this year. Another company I've had the opportunity to work with is ProClip USA. So a lot of people are always asking me where they can get a good phone mount for their Raptor, and this is a mount that ProClip USA sent to me. I like it because it hooks all the way up there behind the dash, and then it rests really nice right here on the vent, and then you can choose to have a mount like this where my phone just slides on in, or you can choose to have a magnet if you're into that. Really nice mount, great company, and I would highly recommend them. I'll also link them in the description below if you're interested in getting a mount for yourself. Another company I've had the opportunity to work with this year, and this was more recently, Cobb Tuning and Goose Tuned. So Winfield from Goose Tuned has been nice enough to do a custom tune on my Raptor using the Cobb access port. It just plugs in down below. I'll link my video of my tune install so that you can watch that if you're interested. But this has made an amazing difference on my truck. I'll be honest, the first couple revisions of the tune, I felt a difference, but I wasn't super impressed. I even emailed Winfield. I said, look, I noticed more power, it's smoother, but I'm not super impressed. And he said, let's just keep going with the tuning process. So I kept data logging. I'd send him logs, he would send me new maps, and as of this morning we're on revision number 9, and the truck honestly drives completely different than it did before we tuned it. It is super smooth through all the gears. It is very responsive. I don't feel like there's as much turbo lag. It just wants to pull and go through pretty much any range of RPMs, and I'm really happy with the tune. I think every Raptor owner needs goose tuned on their truck. So I'll link them below as well. If you have any questions about them, let me know. Another recent install I did was these pillar hood mounted lights from F-150 LEDs. I put these on about 2 or 3 weeks ago and I really like them. You can tell, so if you look closely, they're just mounted right underneath this plastic piece. You open the hood and there's a bolt under here. I was going to do an install video, but I decided not to do an install video because F-150 LEDs actually did their own install video of these lights, and I can't beat that video. So theirs is super good, very easy to follow along, and I'm going to link that video below so that if you're interested in learning how these lights are installed, you can find out for yourself. I connected them to aux switch number 2. No, sorry, aux switch number 1. Number 2 is my fog lights down on my bumper. So on switch number 1, obviously it's daytime right now, but they're super bright. They have great output during the night, and I'm really happy with them. So that's a pretty cheap mod, easy mod that you can do yourself on your truck, on your Raptor if you're interested. And those are F-150 LEDs. Another change we made this year to the truck was with Lux Automotive. As you all know, Lux did my full Expel Stealth wrap and my ceramic coating on the truck, and we tinted they tinted my taillights this year. They just did it with vinyl, and it is holding up super well. I've been really impressed. It's, you know, there's a lot of bumps and curves and edges. They did it in a few different pieces, but you can't even see any of the seams. I know it's dirty right now, but they did an incredible job. Obviously, I love Lux because they've been good to me with the wrap on this car and on the Tesla, but they honestly do amazing work, and I would recommend them 10 times out of 10. So we got the taillights tinted, and super happy with that. Also, a question I get a lot with those, people always ask if it interferes with the blind spots, and it doesn't. My blind spot sensor still works amazing. And the last thing I wanted to talk about is this right here, my ADD Pro bolt-on bumper. So this was installed about a month ago by Salty Gears Off-Road up in Salt Lake, and it turned out amazing. I love how aggressive it looks on the truck. It really opens up the front end here. You can see the tires, the suspension. So really happy with that mod. Really like the bumper. I was able to utilize my rigid lights. I used to have them on the side here, and I was able to pull those in. So that is the ADD Pro bolt-on bumper. Thanks again to Salty Gears Off-Road. It is freezing. I'm ready to say goodbye to 2020. I'm sure you are too. Thank you for following along, and I'll see you in the next video. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and comment down below if you are enjoying these videos and you'd like to see more. So, thank you, and we'll see you in the next video.